When the volunteer committee reached out to me again this year to MC tonight's event, I was as honored as I was the first year back in 2007. In the past, I've always tried to base my opening remarks around some kind of a theme. And this year, since it's our 9th year, the theme for me was an easy one: baseball. The number 9 has always been important to me because of my baseball background, where there are, of course, 9 players in a baseball lineup. As a high school and summer coach for over 30 years, I began to think about how volunteering and baseball can be compared. There are dozens of parallels, but one really jumped at me: the idea of sacrifice. You see, in baseball, like in volunteerism, we are sometimes asked to make sacrifices for the good of the group. In baseball, the sacrifice bunt is used to advance the runners. Volunteers also advance others on the team or within the organization with their countless hours of behind-the-scenes effort and unnoticed work. Sometimes in life, volunteers do the work and someone else gets the glory. But tonight, for one night at least, we're changing that philosophy. How thankless can volunteering sometimes be? Well, see if this story illustrates the point. A dedicated volunteer was walking along a Florida beach and stumbled across an old lamp. He picked it up and rubbed it, and out popped a genie. The genie said, "Okay, you released me from the lamp, blah, blah, blah. This is the 4th time this month, and I'm getting a little sick of these wishes, so you can forget about 3 of them. You get only 1 wish." The volunteer sat and thought about it for a while and said, "I've always wanted to go to Hawaii, but I'm scared to fly and I get very seasick. Could you build me a bridge to Hawaii so I can drive over there to visit?" The genie laughed and said, "That's impossible. Think of the logistics of that. How would the supports ever reach the bottom of the Pacific? Think of how much concrete, how much steel. No, think of another wish." The volunteer said, "Okay, I'll try to think of a really good wish." Finally, he said, "I've been a volunteer in my community for over 20 years, so I wish that I could be paid like other important jobs. In addition, I wish others in society understood the importance of volunteering to help create and maintain successful communities. Finally, I wish that we had a strong national association for volunteers and that there was more dialogue on leadership and more debate at national conferences on our craft." The genie said, "Do you want that bridge to be 2 lanes or 4? Ladies and gentlemen, our community, maybe now more than ever, needs dedicated and caring people like our 2015 honorees to make Lansing the best it can be. Major League Baseball has an all-star game every year in July, but we've got our own set of all-stars here tonight, and we even provided you with a game program on your tables to help you identify them. If you haven't already, take a look at the names of the players, and the teams they represent. As they are introduced to our home plate area down front here, listen to the wonderful testimonies their friends and colleagues have submitted about them. Kind of like the statistics on the back of their own Lansing volunteer baseball cards. Most of these individuals give of their time, energy, and compassion while never asking for any fanfare or publicity. Truth be known, some of them are probably a little uncomfortable being recognized here tonight. I've had many honorees tell me over these 9 years that their volunteerism is really not that big of a deal. But I want you to know tonight, what all of you do is a very big deal. The men and women you'll meet shortly, our starting lineup, if you will, are special people who tackle the problems and take on the jobs that, frankly, many people in our society just won't do. They don't have time for, or they expect others to handle. Through their countless hours of dedication, commitment, and simple care and respect for other people, these 51 honorees represent what is best about the village of Lansing. To all of the award winners on our 51-person roster tonight, thank you from all of us for what you do to help others. Don't ever lose that wonderful quality you all possess that makes you give of yourself to help others on your various teams to succeed. Please know that your efforts are incredibly needed, more appreciated than you could ever know, and tonight properly recognized. At this time, I would like to start the awards by introducing our first honoree from the American Legion Auxiliary 697. The honoree is Darlene Line. Darlene is very active in our auxiliary. She has chaired numerous events and is currently second vice president, as well as chairman of the Legion Essay Contest for students in grades 7 through 12. Darlene has helped with getting school supplies for needy students, collecting food for the Lansing Food Pantry, and assisting with bingo for the veterans at Mantino. She is always willing to help whenever needed. From American Legion Auxiliary 697, Darlene Line. From the Buford Walker Senior Housing, the honoree, Judy Keene. Judy Keene has been a long-term resident of Buford Walker and a friend to all. Judy has been an advocate for those in need, a great listener, and someone to lean on when needed. Judy spends countless hours bringing residents together by encouraging everyone to attend building-sponsored social functions, and individually she plans senior citizen trips for all of the residents. Her desire to bring her neighbors together in unity, good fun, and love has been an inspiration. We'd like to thank Judy for who she is and what she has done. From Buford Walker Senior Housing, Judy Keene. From Camp Quality, Illinois, the honoree, Leanne Koyenga. Leanne began volunteering at camp as a nurse and became our medical coordinator a number of years ago. Through her job at Advocate Children's Hospital, she helps recruit campers each year. The parents tend to feel more comfortable sending their children to camp knowing there will be a familiar face to help with their care, and the kids absolutely love her. Leanne is planning to retire soon, and we wanted to recognize her years of dedication with this award. She has been an instrumental part of Camp Quality Illinois' growth. Thank you, Leanne. That's Leanne Koyenga from Camp Quality, Illinois. From the Columbian Ladies of Lansing Council 3540, the honoree is Laura Podsiadlik. Laura Podsiadlik is originally from Lansing and continues to volunteer in the Lansing community. She is a member of St. Anne Church and currently the secretary of the Columbian Ladies. Laura helps out with many fundraising activities for the Knights of Columbus. She also assists with Fall Fest and is active with the Boy Scouts. From Columbian Ladies of Lansing Council 3540, honoree Laura Podsiadlik. From Coolidge Elementary School, the honoree is Erica Spencer. Mrs. Spencer voluntarily organizes activities and events for our students and for the Lansing community. As our PTA president, she led the organization and implementation of our first Coolidge Family Picnic. Games and popcorn were provided, but most importantly, a good opportunity for family time and socializing with neighbors was provided by Mrs. Spencer. Furthermore, Mrs. Spencer searches for ways to reach out to Spanish-speaking families. This is just another example of her desire to bring us all together as a Coolidge family. From Coolidge Elementary School, Erica Spencer. From First Church PCA, this is the first, we have 3 couples that were honored for the first time this year. That's the most we've ever had. And from First Church PCA, it's Henry and Violet Triesenberg. Henry and Violet have been the chairman of our fellowship task force for 25 years and involved in many areas of church life for much longer. Their leadership has helped us change from a stuffy old church to a warm, welcoming church. We are thankful for their many years of dedication and their can-do attitude. They are indeed a blessing. From First Church PCA, the honorees Henry and Violet Triesenberg. From the First United Methodist Church of Lansing, the honoree Don Havind. Don has served United Methodist Men's Club in many capacities and events and is currently the president. He sings in the choir, helps children as a senior high youth sponsor, a confirmation mentor, and serves around 300 cups of free hot chocolate or lemonade every Thursday to exiting TF South students. He is also a vital part of the evangelism committee and all their events. His love for the arts and theater is contagious and has led him to staff our open mic time to provide artistic outlets for TF South students on a monthly basis. There is seldom a time when the church is doing anything that Don does not help with. He calls on shut-in members and serves our vacation Bible school every year. He exemplifies our mission of reaching up in worship, reaching in to follow Jesus, and reaching out to others in kindness and ministry. Again, from the First United Methodist Church of Lansing, Don Havind. From the Ford Hanger Foundation, the honoree is Daniel Cuthbert. Over the last few years, there has been a renewed interest in recognizing and preserving our valuable assets. One of those assets, the historic Ford Hangar at Lansing Municipal Airport, has been enjoying this renewed interest to the benefit of future generations under the guidance and leadership of the Ford Hanger Foundation. Founded in 2011, the Ford Hanger Foundation could not have thrived in its mission without the dedication and support from its executive director, Mr. Daniel Cuthbert. Dan has advanced the Ford Hanger Foundation mission through countless hours of the types of volunteerism which makes our community great. We are happy and honored to nominate Dan Cuthbert for this invaluable award and recognition. And what else did Bonnie write here? Make sure you clean your room tonight. I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to, my fault. From Ford Hanger Foundation, the honoree, Daniel Cuthbert. From the Friends of Lansing Public Library, the honoree is Rosalie Lester. As president, Rosalie leads by example. Working behind the scenes at Friends events, she arrives first and leaves last. It's also my motto at the bar. She's a gap filler who pitches in whenever needed. As interim fundraiser chair, she extensively researched online and traveled to libraries looking for fundraising ideas. She initiated and works the twice-monthly Monday book sale. Rosalie makes friends with everyone she meets. She's always on the lookout for new members and ways to plug them in to friends, whether it's by baking cupcakes or making bracelets for fundraisers. Her enthusiasm and hard work greatly benefit the library. From Friends of Lansing Public Library, Rosalie Lester. From the GFWC Lansing Women's Club, the honoree is Rose Morgenthaler. Rose Morgenthaler joined the GFWC Lansing Women's Club in 1991 and has been a very active member ever since. Rose has been club treasurer for 13 years and served 1 year as acting president. Known for her great culinary skills, members look forward to her making lunches for our meetings. Rose also helped with and modeled for the Lansing Women's Club luncheons and fashion shows. Rose is always available and ready to help in the community, which also included being a 60-plus year member of the Order of the Eastern Star. From GFWC Lansing Women's Club, Rose Morgenthaler. From the Girl Scouts of Greater Chicago and Northwest Indiana, the honoree is Amy Ferguson. Amy joined the Girl Scouts in 2004. She and her troop have volunteered for many events in our service unit and service projects in Lansing, from decorating the window at Fashionette for Girl Scout Week to chairing the Good Neighbor Day Parade, serving hot chocolate at the Chamber tree lighting ceremony, and working at Cruise Nights and Autumn Fest. She also volunteers to be a chairman for our yearly camp out for the lodges. Amy has been an outstanding volunteer and a great asset for our service unit. Thank you for all you do. From Girl Scouts of Greater Chicago and Northwest Indiana, Amy Ferguson. From Grace Church, the nominee, Joan Malloy. Joan wears many hats at Grace. She has truly been blessed with the gift of creativity and shares the gift through decorations, worship, planning, flowers, a card ministry, just to name a few. She is also a part of the praise team and shares her musical gifts there. Joan is always willing and able to help whenever and wherever. She is a blessing to Grace Church and those whose lives she touches. From Grace Church, Joan Malloy. Our next nominee from Heritage Middle School is Alex Escalani. Alex has helped out in numerous ways around Heritage School over the years. He was a big help with the 7th grade camping trip planning and chaperoning, as well as with other field trips. He assisted with volleyball, helping the coaches with practices, drills, and games. He has DJ'd for school dances and PTA fun nights, and also helped our tech team. No job too big or small, Alex would help teachers with all kinds of things such as cleaning or hanging an art installation in the hallway. From Heritage Middle School, the honoree, Alex Escalani. From the Lansing Area Chamber of Commerce, the honoree is Randy Standish. Randy is not here this evening. Accepting on his behalf is the Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce, Amy Todd. But Randy's bio states that he serves on the Board of Directors of the Lansing Area Chamber of Commerce. He actively participated with Chamber events and was instrumental in the success of all of our events. He gave so much of his time and had his company donate so much to those same events. We are very lucky to have Randy on our Board of Directors. That's Randy Standish from Lansing Area Chamber of Commerce. From the Lansing Association for Community Events, more informally known as LACE, our second couple of the evening, Todd and Julie Venom. The Lansing Association for Community Events has been so fortunate to have the combined efforts of a Lansing couple who put so much of their time, effort, and hearts into our Autumn Fest. We are happy to recognize Todd and Julie Venom for our special volunteer award. For the past 2 years, Julie, who herself is an Air Force veteran, has been responsible for organizing our military program and has honored several generations of those currently serving, those who have served, and those who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our country. Through Julie's careful planning, our community has been introduced to our hometown heroes and provided the opportunity to honor those who most deserve our gratitude. Todd's time and talents are an integral part of our logistics team at Lansing Autumn Fest. Regardless of early or late hours, rain or shine, you always see Todd's smiling face somewhere on the festival grounds for the entire weekend. But most importantly, Todd's attitude and eagerness to help exemplifies what it truly means to be a volunteer. Thank you, Todd, for all you do to make our fest the success it is. Todd and Julie Venom, two of LACE's and Lansing's best, from Lansing Association for Community Events. From the Lansing Boy Scouts Troop 271, the honoree is Russell Loquist. Russ has served as the Scoutmaster of Troop 271 since approximately 2009. Prior to that, he was Cub Master of Cub Scout Pack 2861. In addition, Russ is a vigil member of the Order of the Arrow, the Honored Camper Society for Boy Scouts. In all of his volunteer activities, Russ has devoted countless hours to the organizations. He truly exemplifies what it means to be an Eagle Scout, which is the highest rank achievable in Boy Scouts, and he lives by the oath and law of the Boy Scouts of America. We thank him for all that he has done. From Lansing Boy Scout Troop 271, Russell Loquist. Staying in that same category, Lansing Boy Scouts Troop 276 honoree is Michael Bergen. During Mike's involvement with Troop 276, he has continually provided guidance and mentoring to area scouts, especially in their paths to the rank of Eagle Scout. In his role as Eagle Coach, he has guided numerous scouts through the advancement process and the development of projects that have greatly contributed to our community and organizations. As the committee chairman, he has provided leadership and guidance to Boy Scout Troop 276 and facilitated many service projects. Mike has served scouting as a den leader and Cub Master of Pack 542, then a committee member of Troop 276. There's a lot of pick three numbers in here if you're playing the lotto tonight. 542, 270, play them on the way home. Mike has been an extremely devoted leader who continues to truly live the Scout oath and law in his daily life. From Lansing Boy Scout Troop 276, Michael Bergen. From the Lansing Businesswomen's Association, the honoree is Vivian Payne. Lansing Businesswomen Association is honored to recognize Vivian Payne as the recipient of this year's Special Volunteer Award. Vivian has been a member of LBWA for 6 years and is currently the president. Her leadership skills have taken LBWA in an entirely new direction, starting with a membership drive that brought aboard 25 members. With Vivian at the helm, LBWA is now the not-for-profit group that runs the chili cook-off contest at Autumn Fest that Vivian graciously started and ran for the past 3 years. She is also one of the key women responsible for initiating a new mentoring program this fall for young girls at TF South High School. Her love of Lansing is truly evident in all of her hard work. Thank you, Vivian, for helping Lansing shine a little brighter. From the Lansing Businesswomen's Association, Vivian Payne. From Lansing Christian School, the honoree, Jill Rosendahl. Jill Rosendahl is a parent at Lansing Christian. She is also a former teacher, but she is so much more, coordinating everything from our lunch program, gift card program, 3rd to 6th grade math competition, and several other fundraisers. Jill's love for the mission of Lansing Christian is evident in all that she does. From Lansing Christian School, the honoree, Jill Rosendahl. From the Lansing Community Food Pantry, the honoree is Marcia McCrory. Marcia McCrory has been a volunteer at the Lansing Pantry for the past 10 years and has been of the board of directors for the past 8 years. If you have received a thank you note from the pantry, it has been written by Marcia. She also interviews all potential clients, oversees the kitchen duties, and places other volunteers in their areas of service. Marcia purchases all the school supplies for our back-to-school day for our pantry kids. She can always be depended on to help sort large donations and is on hand to repackage our 200-plus chicken purchases. Marcia is a great asset to the pantry, and we are blessed to have her on the team. And we got a little surprise tonight. She had relatives, was it grandchildren, I believe, that flew in from Arizona. They're in the back, along the wall. How cool that they could come for Grandma. From the Lansing Community Food Pantry, the honoree is Marcia McCrory. From the Lansing Golden K Kiwanis, the honoree is Gloria Biondi. Gloria Biondi is a wonderful member of our club who volunteers to do any projects that our club needs. Gloria is the liaison between the Youth Center Builders Club and the Golden K Kiwanis. She shares the vital information and collects information to report back to the group. Gloria often stops by the Youth Center to see the youth and give them new volunteering ideas. She is always encouraging the youth and Youth Center staff to see the good in our community and to make a difference. From Lansing Golden K Kiwanis, Gloria Biondi. From the Lansing Historical Society, the honoree is Carrie Steinweg. The Lansing Historical Society is pleased to name Carrie Steinweg as our volunteer for 2015. Carrie joined the Historical Society in 1997 and has just completed 3 years as vice president and is currently the chair of our activity committee. She has been the driving force in developing the Lansing Brickmen vintage baseball team and also spearheaded our Picnic of the Past with the Park District, which included the vintage baseball match with the Munster Centennials, as well as a DJ and dance contest. She also keeps our Facebook page up to date. Carrie has authored 2 books about Lansing's history, and her tireless efforts, energy, and enthusiasm have made her an invaluable asset to Lansing's Historical Society and our community as a whole. And for those of you who follow Carrie on Facebook like I do, I believe she recently broke the Facebook computer server with her 10 millionth uploaded photo. From the Lansing Historical Society, Carrie Steinweg. From the Lansing Junior Women's Club, the honoree is Gloria Chavez Gomez. That's the first dancing award we've ever had. 9 years. Miss Gloria Chavez Gomez is an incredible person. Gloria maintains the Martini tree planted by LJWC in honor of the memory of Lance Corporal Philip Martini. You can find her cutting the grass or watering the flowers, and thanks to her active petition, we now have a bench by the Martini tree site. Gloria was the LJWC president for 2 years, is currently the treasurer, and is very active in promoting the LJWC organization, including being on the board of the GFWC, that's the General Federation Women's Club. Gloria has taken the challenge to create a harmonious atmosphere in the LJWC organization and is instrumental in motivating the ladies to move the club forward. Gloria has old school values but keeps up with current events to stay sharp to meet her community's needs. Dance your way back to your table. That's Gloria Chavez Gomez from Lansing Junior Women's Club. From the Lansing Knights of Columbus, the honoree is Dennis Sullivan. Dennis has volunteered his time as the head coach for the Knights of Columbus swim team. Week in and out tirelessly, Dennis has mentored hundreds of athletes, many of which have achieved great success due to Dennis's efforts. Brother Sullivan is also a 31-year member of the Lansing Council number 3540 for the Knights of Columbus and exemplifies the order's first principle of the Knights, charity. From Lansing Knights of Columbus, Dennis Sullivan. From the Lansing Lions Club, the honoree this year, Bert Rivera. The Lansing Lions Club would like to nominate Lion Bert Rivera. Since 2013, he has served as a director and is currently a 3rd vice president. He has restarted our Counter Mint program and has also served as chairman of Candy Day this year. Lion Bert has served with Lions from other districts on a 2-week eyeglass mission trip to Mexico, where they have seen approximately 5,000 people in need of glasses, all at his own expense. Lion Bert has brought in 3 new members with a goal of 7 more in the next year. He lives by our motto, we serve. Thanks for everything you do for our club. Bert Rivera from the Lansing Lions Club. From the Lansing Little League Baseball program, the honoree, Raymond A. Nominson Jr. Ray Nominson has been a Lansing Little League volunteer since 1990, a board member since 1997, and league president since 2006. His efforts to keep the league flourishing and strong are second to none. He certainly deserves this recognition based on his dedication to all participants in the program. One of his proudest accomplishments is the creation of a Veterans Night, where those who have served our country proudly are recognized by Lansing Little League's players and their families. In addition, Ray was instrumental in an annual baseball game getting played on that same night between the Veterans and the Lansing Challengers, a youth program of children and young adults with special needs. Folks, I've emceed and announced many, many events over the last 30 years or so. I've never seen as much joy as I have in the eyes on that night when the veterans are playing those challengers. From Lansing Little League Baseball, the honoree is Raymond A. Nominson Jr. From Lansing Meals on Wheels, the honoree is Dolores Cox. Tonight, we honor Dolores Cox for over 15 years of service, volunteering in the kitchen each Tuesday at the First United Methodist Church in Lansing, preparing meals for over 50 recipients. Dolores has continued to help out in the preparation of salads and packaging desserts, bread, and other food items every week. We are so appreciative of her willingness to continue helping Lansing Meals on Wheels even after her shoulder surgery. May God bless her with continued good health. From Lansing Meals on Wheels, Dolores Cox. From Lansing Municipal Airport, the honoree this year is Captain Rick Zalad. Captain Rick Zalad of the Civil Air Patrol's Thunder Squadron, based in Lansing, thoroughly exemplifies the spirit of volunteerism. The Civil Air Patrol is a nationally chartered civilian auxiliary of the United States Air Force. As an all-volunteer agency, it performs congressionally assigned duties, which include emergency services, search and rescue, disaster relief, aerospace education, and cadet programs for teenage youth. Lansing and the Civil Air Patrol are fortunate to have Captain Zalad and his dedicated group of cadets. Captain Zalad is always at the ready to assist with event management and support for the many events at the Lansing Airport and throughout the village. From Lansing Municipal Airport, Captain Rick Zalad. From the Lansing Presbyterian Church, the honoree is Yvonne Loquist. Making church a welcoming place. That's what comes to mind when we think of Yvonne Loquist. Yvonne and her family have been faithful members of Lansing Presbyterian Church for many years, during which Yvonne has served the church in many ways. She has been an elder of the church, the clerk of session, and the treasurer. Yvonne routinely helps with worship services by reading as the liturgist, singing in the choir, or ringing the chimes in the chime choir. Yvonne's true gift is that of hospitality, whether it's helping prepare dinner for the community or making sure that there is fellowship after Sunday service. Yvonne wants to see to it that all people who come to Lansing Presbyterian feel invited and cared for. It's her "how can I help" and welcoming attitude that makes her a blessing to Lansing Presbyterian and our Volunteer of the Year, Yvonne Loquist. From the Lansing Public Library, honoree Colleen Bessler. Colleen Bessler had worked at the library over the past decade as a part-time circulation clerk, twice actually. She recently left us to work full-time for her first love, the flower business. We miss seeing her on a regular basis, but she is still very much a part of the library. Colleen has created beautiful raffle baskets for our Friends of the Library group, so we are blessed to still have the creative touches of Colleen with us and helping us to raise funds for the library. We are grateful Colleen still brings beauty to the library. That's Colleen Bessler from the Lansing Public Library. From the Lansing Veterans Memorial Honor Guard, the honoree, Debbie Altgilbers. Our choice for this year's Lansing Special Volunteer is Debbie Altgilbers. Debbie is a U.S. Army veteran and was the first and only female of the Lansing Veterans Ceremonial Memorial Honor Guard for 13 years and participated in numerous services, color postings, parades, and miscellaneous events. She is one of the Guard's Rifle Squad's best firers. Besides her involvement with the Honor Guard, she is the current historian for the Lansing American Legion Post 697 Auxiliary and the American Legion Riders, Edward Schultz, Chapter 697. From Lansing Veterans Memorial Honor Guard, Debbie Altgilbers. From the Lansing Volleyball Program, the honoree is Jess McCrary. Accepting on her behalf tonight is Lansing Volleyball President Leanne Lang. Jessica has coached for over 10 years for the league and been a board member for 5 years. She has volunteered to help organize the teams and work every registration. She also stays after the games are finished to clean up and organize for the next day. By doing all this, it helps the league run smoothly from year to year. Jessica is a valuable asset to the volleyball board. Again, from Lansing Volleyball, the honoree Jess McCrary being accepted by League President Leanne Lang. From Lansing's Neighborhood Network, Channel 4, the honoree is Jeff Scott. Sacrificing his own time to help bring TV programming to Lansing, Jeff has served as a cameraman on countless shoots, a photographer for events, and an editor back at the office. He has served on shoots all over the village, including Autumn Fest, TF South, the library, Ileana Christian, Memorial Junior High, the airport, and many more. With a simple okie dokie, he swings into action and helps out. From Lansing's Neighborhood Network Channel 4, Jeff Scott. From Lester Crawl School, the honoree is Jeff Kauser. Jeff Kauser has volunteered countless hours and has donated numerous resources which have allowed Lester Crawl School to shine at the last several Good Neighbor Day parades. Without his hard work and dedication, the students and staff would not have had the opportunity to display all of the wonderful things that happen at Lester Crawl School. From Lester Crawl School, honoree Jeff Kauser. From Memorial Junior High School, the honoree is Rebecca Yadrin. Mrs. Rebecca Yadrin is a very involved volunteer with School District 158. She has stepped up as a leader in fundraising endeavors of our music program, as a frequent chaperone, and as a volunteer for uniform fittings. She works tirelessly in the uniform closet to ensure that all students are properly fitted with their uniforms. She is also known as one of the main voices heard at every Music Booster meeting and has held positions on the executive board. Miss Becky, as she is known around the music department, currently serves as the Music Booster Secretary. Thank you, Mrs. Yadrin, for your tireless effort in helping to make the District 158 music program one of the premier junior high school music programs in the country. That's Rebecca Yadrin from Memorial Junior High School. From Nathan Hale School, the honoree is Heather Rosinski. Heather Rosinski is the PTA president at Sunnybrook District 171. As president, she establishes and maintains positive relationships with the Heritage and Nathan Hale staff, students, and parents. She recruits volunteers to join the PTA to help support our schools by organizing fundraisers and activities such as the book fair, box top collection, Secret Santa, holiday sales fundraisers, movie night. That's all you could do, Heather? That's all those? That's it? She also goes above and beyond by decorating and updating the teachers' lounges, library, and hallway. From Nathan Hale School, Heather Rosinski. From Oak Glen Elementary School, honoree Kathy Rabsky. Kathy Rabsky goes above and beyond to help. She always makes sure the children are safe and responsible. She is willing to help out wherever needed throughout our school. She has played a major role in making sure our parking lots are safe and also created passes for all employees. If you haven't been at a school parking lot at dismissal time, check it out sometime. She is what Oak Glen stands for, and what we are truly thankful is for her service. That's Kathy Rabsky from Oak Glen Elementary School. From Our Savior Lutheran Church, the honoree is Kathy Gadzinski. Our Savior Lutheran Special Volunteer for 2015 is Kathy Gadzinski, who has been an active member of Our Savior for over 35 years. She is a member of the church council and head of the altar unit. Kathy has made church banners to commemorate special occasions and is in charge of making drapes for the common area hallway. Kathy is there to set up for the many church functions, including special breakfasts and luncheons, and always helps at our annual yard sale. Whether it's shampooing carpets or replacing broken floor tiles, Kathy is there. Her newest project is compiling a church history. She is definitely a special volunteer. From Our Savior Lutheran Church, Kathy Gadzinski. From the Patty Leach Youth Center, the honoree is Danielle Ashton. Danielle Ashton is a member of the Youth Center and is excited to give back to her community. She is very involved and is making a difference at school, the Youth Center, and in Girl Scouts. Danielle has a contagious laugh and is always encouraging her friends to volunteer along with her. It doesn't matter if she is picking up garbage, running karaoke, or volunteering in concessions, she is always smiling and having a good time. Danielle is often the PLYC tour guide for new members because she is a friend to everyone and doing great things to make her community better. Take a look at her, ladies and gentlemen. If volunteerism and nights like this are to remain a reality, it starts with young, caring people like Danielle Ashton from the Patty Leach Youth Center. From Revis Elementary School, the honoree is Gail White. Gail White has been a longtime member of the Revis PTA and has contributed to the success of the organization in many ways. Serving as PTA president from 2013 through 2015, she combined her creativity with dedication to fundraise and implement programs for the Revis students. Her efforts resulted in many school activities such as book fairs, movie nights, fun fairs, craft nights, student book raffles, new basketball uniforms, we got a lot more to go, the Pro Kids Show, school-wide bingo events, teacher appreciation, and my favorite name of a group ever, the Frosty Palooza Holiday Shop. The Revis PTA has become a lot stronger because of Miss White, and we can't thank her enough for her contributions. From Revis Elementary, Gail White. From St. Anne Parish, our third couple honorees tonight, if you will, Tony and Joan Kime. Tony works with our spread group that stands for Special Religious Development. He sets up our monthly adoration and our weekly rosary. In addition, he is the parish handyman. His wife, Joan, is also very active here at St. Anne. She is in the sewing club, which makes lap blankets for our area nursing homes and shut-ins. Plus, she is active in our women's club and makes us, quote, the best darn Christmas cookies, unquote, for our morning mass group. We are truly blessed to have this couple in our parish family. God bless all the honorees. From St. Anne Parish, Tony and Joan Kime. From St. Anne School, the next honoree is Marilyn Wiley. Marilyn Wiley is one of the most dedicated volunteers at St. Anne's School. She has donated countless hours of her free time to the kindergarten classroom. Through the kindness of her heart, she has served as a mentor to the current kindergarten teacher. We are beyond grateful for all of her help. From St. Anne's School, Marilyn Wiley. From St. John's Lutheran Church, the honoree is Sandy Schultz. St. John's Lutheran Church would like to nominate Sandy Schultz as a Lansing Special Volunteer. She has been a member of St. John's for a long time, being involved in many organizations and committees. Sandy has been involved in singing in our choir, serving on the Altar Guild, Lutheran Women's Missionary League, and our senior group called Pioneers for Christ. In addition, she maintains the church library. Behind the scenes, Sandy also works as a volunteer serving on the Finance Committee. Her dedication and faith has reached many people, and we feel she deserves this special recognition. From St. John's Lutheran Church, Sandy Schultz. Our next honoree is from St. John's Lutheran School. She could not be here this evening. Her name is Carrie Kuzmar, and accepting is her mother, Eileen Gronwald. St. John's Lutheran School is pleased to nominate Mrs. Carrie Kuzmar as our 2015 Outstanding Volunteer for St. John's School. Carrie has spent countless hours volunteering for our annual fall dinner and auction. She not only spends many hours contacting local businesses for donations for the event, but has given many hours to the organization in search of items for the night of the auction, as well as meal preparation. Carrie has also been active in many functions at the school, such as walkathons, classroom parties, Santa's Secret workshop, and other functions and fundraisers where she is needed. From St. John's Lutheran School, Carrie Kuzmar being accepted by her mom, Eileen Gronwald. Our next honoree, I don't believe is here tonight. We checked from TF South Band Boosters, but we'll read her bio anyway. That's Gina Doran. Gina has been a tireless worker for the TF South Band and has personally had 3 students go through the band and color guard. She was instrumental in transitioning and organizing new uniforms and has spent countless hours organizing the uniform band room. She regularly chaperones all band trips as well. She served as president of the Band Parents Association for multiple years and organized many fundraisers and events for the Guard. Gina is most deserving of this honor and represents Lansing with pride. We will make sure she gets a reward from the TF South Band Boosters, Gina Doran. From the TF South Drama Boosters, the honoree is Crystal Pierce. Crystal Pierce is an amazing help to us here at the TF South Drama Department. She is always one of the first parents to volunteer to help with anything our drama boosters need. She donates many hours, meals, and sometimes things from her own home. She has even volunteered her actual home when we needed to make a short movie to use in competition play. She always can be counted on to follow through with whatever is asked of her, and often takes the initiative and saves. I guessed on this. Is it, Crystal, is it Ann Whitting that you save? That's what I thought. The drama director, when she remembers things Ann has forgotten. She just does them. There are many wonderful volunteers in the Drama Boosters organization, but Crystal always goes above and beyond. From the TF South Drama Boosters, Crystal Pierce. From the Trinity Lutheran Church, the honoree is Tom McSwiggan. While Trinity Lutheran Church is blessed with many wonderful volunteers, Tom McSwiggan has stood out from the rest over this past year. He currently serves as the chairman of the Board of Elders, and during the time that Trinity was without a pastor and the months since the new pastor arrived, a great deal of responsibility has fallen on his shoulders. He has given a lot of time and energy acting almost like the CEO of Trinity, making sure everything is getting done and running smoothly. He has helped out with dinners and fundraisers, kept an eye on facilities and staff, always making himself available to support and encourage and just flat do what needs to be done. From the Trinity Lutheran Church, the honoree, Tom McSwiggan. Our next special volunteer is being recognized posthumously this evening. The honoree from Trinity Lutheran School is Irene Metcalf, and here to accept the award on her behalf is her husband, Mr. Richard Metcalf. Trinity Lutheran Church and School lost a beloved friend this past year. Tonight we remember Irene Metcalf and the passion she had for Trinity Lutheran School. A faithful, devoted member of Trinity Lutheran, Irene wore many hats over the years. She often volunteered without having to be asked and did so with a smile. She worked attentively on the pastoral call committee last year, but her passion and dedication for Trinity School as the chair for the Board of Christian Education is what most people remember about her. Irene's compassion, dedication, and smile are still missed, however. Trinity is very thankful for the blessings Irene bestowed on so many, and again, accepting her award this evening is her husband, Mr. Richard Metcalf. Our final award for the evening is hosted by the Lansing Business Women's Association. The Athena Leadership Award is international and has been given to over 6,000 individuals since the program's inception in 1982. The award recognizes an individual for professional excellence, service to their community, and assistance to women in their attainment of professional goals and leadership. This lady and her husband started their business in 1988, and in 2004 she became more involved and developed creative menus and later initiated a catering clientele. By 2009, the catering business was thriving and is now up to 1/2 of their business. A website for the business, using her creative talents, is used to design t-shirts for fundraising events that are held at their business. After the birth of their daughter, Joreen, who was diagnosed with cerebral palsy and is a quadriplegic, she became very involved with Easter Seals, spearheading a women's board to improve the business side of the DuPage Easter Seal Foundation. There, she organized an annual fashion show for 20 years, raising over $800,000 for Easter Seals. Suburban Access thanks her for helping with a fundraiser for families of handicapped children, and she is often called upon to counsel families of children with severe disabilities. Recently, she hired a young lady from Lark to work a few hours a week. She has also devoted an entire wall at their business to honor our veterans and has held many fundraisers to support them and their families, including the Philip Martini Memorial Foundation, honoring the memory of the fallen Lansing Marine. The TF South History Club partnered with her to raise funds for military organizations, and those funds went to the Lansing Veterans Appreciation Dinner. She finds ways to encourage and help other Lansing women in their business, like bringing out the talents of ladies to paint wine glasses with the help of art studios, pony rides for special children of another family business, and even her own female employees. She and her husband Vince are always anxious to help St. Anne's Church with their special events, along with helping many sports groups. Every organization in Lansing knows her for her involvement with their group, either making a room available for meetings, assisting with fundraisers, or the constant donation of her time. The Lansing Lions, Coppermuggers, and Lansing Junior Women's Association are just a few of the civic groups this caring woman has helped. As a founding member of LACE, Lansing Association for Community Events, her efforts to bring a hometown feeling back to Lansing is making our city a noticeable place to be. She has demonstrated creativity and initiative by consistently giving back to her community. And on a personal note, my doctor recently informed me after extensive testing that approximately 7 pounds of my belly are directly attributed to the delicious food from her restaurant and catering business. It is with great pleasure that I now introduce the 2015 Athena Award winner, Joellen Kelly. Ladies and gentlemen, the Athena Award winner for 2015, Joellen Kelly. To close our 2015 Volunteer Night Awards program, just one last thought to tonight's winners, as well as all others, about the importance of volunteering, caring, and helping others. And it's a little different, it's in the form of an obituary. Now that may seem a strange way to end an awards program, but I ask you to listen very carefully to the information about this dear departed individual, and I'm hopeful you'll see why I'm reading it. The obituary reads as follows. Lansing was saddened to learn this week of the death of one of our most valued members. That individual's name is someone else. Someone's passing creates a vacancy that will be difficult to fill. Else has been with us for many years, and for every one of those years, someone did far more than a normal person's share of work. Whenever there was a job to do, a class to teach, or a meeting to attend, one name was on everyone's list. Let someone else do it, people would always say. Whenever leadership was mentioned, this wonderful person was looked to for inspiration as well as results. You would always hear, someone else can work with that group. It was common knowledge that someone else was among the most liberal givers in the community. Whenever there was a financial need, everyone just assumed someone else would make up the difference. Someone else was a wonderful person, sometimes appearing superhuman. If the truth be known, everybody expected too much of someone else. And now someone else is gone. We wonder what we are going to do. But someone else left a wonderful example to follow, but who is going to follow it? Who is going to do the things someone else did? When you are asked to help this year or in the future, remember Lansing can't depend on someone else anymore. On behalf of the Lansing Volunteer Recognition Committee, we thank all of you for yet another wonderful evening. We hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to seeing you again in 2016. Have a safe and prosperous upcoming holiday season. Drive safely, and good night.
Big round of applause.